Good morning, guys, and happy Friday. Welcome back to another vlog. We are doing a little car chat this morning while I'm on my way to work. It is Friday, I think July the 26th, maybe, something like that. It's been a fairly good week at work, pretty much playing catch up, getting ready for month end next week, all of that good stuff. How have y'all been? Tell me down in the comments. What have y'all been up to? How has your summer been? I can't believe that we are almost to August, and before we know it, it is going to be fall, which, if you don't know, fall is my absolute favorite season. So I love fall. I love everything about fall. I just love like the fall weather, and the pumpkins and the coziness and all of that good stuff. So I am definitely a fall girl through and through. I love summer because y'all know I love to be in the pool and stuff like that. I will say this summer hasn't been that great for the pool. I mean, like last weekend it rained, messed up. It's literally kind of been gloomy and rainy every day this week. I felt like the beginning of summer started off, you know, kind of rainy and slow. We had a couple of good weeks in there, you know, a few good weekends, but overall, I haven't really gotten to enjoy my pool and stuff as much as I typically do, I don't think. But I digress. It's all good. It has been a busy summer with our renovation and with work and just all of that stuff. We are busy bees, but you know what? I'd rather be a busy bee than be bored in life, I guess. So sometimes I get overwhelmed and, you know, I want to take a step back, but then I get a little bored and I want to, you know, do something just to spice things up a little bit. Hence the reason why I came back to YouTube. I missed you guys. I love being back. I hope that y'all are enjoying the videos. I wish that I could record more. Just working as much as I do, it is really difficult just to keep the one video per week going. So anyway, all of that's good. I really have no complaints about anything except my neck. I am going today at 1:30. I'm leaving work at 1 o'clock. I'm going at 1:30 to see a surgeon about my neck. Y'all know that I have went and had like several different procedures on my neck, which is basically like an ablation of the nerves to where I don't feel the neck pain. Basically, I have like degeneration in there. I've got the spinal stenosis, arthritis, bone spurs, you name it. It's all going on up in like my C1, C2 area of my neck, and it kind of radiates, the pain does, up the back of my head. It also does kind of go down my neck and shoulders now, whereas used to it mostly caused headaches, which in the beginning I didn't really realize that it was my neck. I thought that, I was like, I'm literally having like two headaches, like my normal migraine and then my neck. I'm either going to have to continue doing the injections to kill the nerves and do them more frequently, or try to get something done about it. So I'm just going to try to go and at least establish with this surgeon and see, you know, what he thinks. He's a really good surgeon here in town, and see if there is anything. Like, I think the same thing is also wrong with my back, which my sister has the same thing wrong with her back, and hers is like went so far that I think it's like beyond being able to be repaired at this point. So that's what I don't want to happen with my neck. So we will see what they say. When people look at me, you can't tell that anything's wrong with my neck. People are surprised because I do try to hide it, but I do decompression twice a day on my neck. I have like one of those like big massage things that you put on your neck when I get really out of whack. I will do that for a few days. I have a wedge. My neck also curves the wrong way, and so I have this wedge that I lay on to try to make it curve the right way. I don't do it as often as I should. I should lay on that 15 minutes every day, but you know how it is. I mean, there's just so many therapies that I have to do to my neck just to function on a daily basis. I ice my neck twice a day, usually, at least once. I mean, every morning when I'm up and kind of playing on my phone and stuff, after I do my decompression, I have one of those ice rollers for my face. I have this big ice thing that like you can put up on your neck, and ooh, it is so cold. But I have started using like my little ice roller for my face, and just icing my neck with that, and that feels pretty good. It's just soothing, you know, it just kind of, and it just makes my neck feel better, and then I can get on with my day. Now with Pilates, we have been doing Pilates. I've been doing it since October. I did take off for my hysterectomy recovery, but otherwise I have been doing it pretty consistently, and Charlie as well. One thing, you do a lot of movements in there, like with your arms and stuff like that, and sometimes it does hurt my neck, you know, and I do try to keep going because I do feel like it is good for it. However, we have had to like cancel a few classes like the past couple of weeks because either my neck was hurting, my lower back's been hurting, Charlie's back hurts, but he feels like the Pilates has helped his back. But we will see if we continue to go. Sometimes I think that we get stressed because I pay for the unlimited to go like 3 times a week, and we're talking about, you know, either going down to like once a week or something, basically just for the stretching, or I looked on Amazon, and for what we pay to Pilates, which it's like $230 each, so it's $460 a month, but we could actually get our own reformer for, you can get a cheap one for $500, so that would just be 1 month for us, but you can get like a better one for like $1,000 or $1,500 if we both really feel like we are comfortable with the movements and stuff like that. So we may end up canceling our membership there, and it also kind of depends on what happens whenever I go to the surgeon. Again, I love going. I love like my instructor, my favorite one on like Tuesday and Thursday, which is Ashley. If you go to Club Pilates in Murfreesboro, go to Ashley's class. Highly recommend her. We go to the other people's classes as well. It just kind of depends, but we are debating on just investing the money into our own reformer, and then, you know, we could just do the movements that we like to do. Certain things do make my neck hurt, and I mean, there are modifications and stuff, and like whenever you go in, you put your name on the board and you put what's hurting, if it's your back, your leg, your neck, whatever, and you can modify, but it is still hard. Sometimes things will end up hurting my neck, and I'm like, oh crap, you know, we're like halfway through it, and I'm like, now my neck's hurting. So anyway, we will see how that goes. If we do decide to just get our own reformer, it won't be immediately, even if we stop going to class. I will chat with you later. I don't know if I'll pick up, you know, after the doctor, give an update. I may not know anything. I think they're going to have to order an MRI. If I can go get that done today, that would be great. I also need to get a pedicure, so I brought my flip-flops in case my girl can get me in to do my toes. So we'll see. A lot of ideas for this afternoon. We'll see if any of those ideas actually happen, or if I just go to the doctor and go home. Good morning, guys. Happy Saturday. I am back. I know I didn't like vlog anything else yesterday after going to the doctor. Well, I guess after going to work. So I went to work. I worked till 1 o'clock, and then I left, went to my doctor's appointment with the neurosurgeon. Didn't really find out anything, which is what I expected, but I do have an MRI and 2 x-rays scheduled for next week, and then I have to go back and see him after that. So we shall see what comes of that, if anything. And then I did do some shopping yesterday. I went to Home Goods and I went to Marshall's, which I didn't do a haul. I just completely forgot about it whenever I got home because it took so much time because it was busy. It is tax-free weekend here in Tennessee. So Marshall's was like really crawling with a lot of people. Home Goods, I spent a lot of time in there. I was looking for like decor for my fireplace, so I will show you what I got here. I got this one really tall vase that I love. It's like a light blue and kind of like a grayish beige color, which actually blends in perfect with all of my colors. And then I just got this little plant and like this little basket. I don't know what I'm gonna put in the basket yet. I thought about doing magazines or rolling up a couple of blankets or even putting like a couple of little logs in in there since it's in front of the fireplace, even though we have ordered an electric log insert to put in the fireplace to replace our other one that used to be in there. It was like a little electric heater, so we got like the fake looking logs. They haven't came yet. The other thing that I got was just a lamp to put over here beside Charlie's chair. I got that at Marshall's, and then I think that is it. So anyway, just to give y'all a glimpse of what I ended up with yesterday, I did end up going home. I was tired by the time that I got my face wash and everything. I edited my video for a little bit, didn't finish it. I have to finish that today and finish ordering my groceries today. So for my meal prep this week, I am going to make, I can't remember if I've shown it on here, maybe one time whenever I first came back, but it's an Italian meal and it's not 100% Weight Watcher friendly. I'm gonna make it the way that I saw on TikTok because it does use ground beef and it does use cheese and half and half and stuff like that. It is really good, and just regular bow tie pasta. The reason that I'm not really going to worry about watching the points on it is because I am in maintenance. I've actually dropped like a couple of pounds below what I was trying to maintain at. So, you know, if the scale comes up a little bit this week, that is okay. I really have loved this meal. Charlie has loved it. I've made it 2 or 3 times. I think I've shown it on here once, but I'm going to go ahead and show it again because it's really good. If you wanted to lighten it up, you could use ground turkey. You could substitute the pasta for like the Fabric Gourmet pasta, or that other one, I can't remember what the name of it was that I ordered off of Amazon, but there are lots of other options for pasta. You could also use a fat-free cheese instead of regular cheese, things like that to lighten up the fat content in it. But I have kind of felt like I was a little bit low on iron, so I have been trying to eat a little bit more beef because I really don't eat a lot unless I have like a burger or something on the weekend. Last weekend I did pick us up a couple of steaks, and we had steaks and potatoes and stuff like that, and it was really, really good. So anyway, I am going to use, I think the 90-10 ground beef is what I have in my grocery order today. And then for my other meal, I'm going to make a Mexican casserole. I know I've shown a lot of like Mexican dishes on here before, so I've probably shown this, but I love a good Mexican dish, and so this week we're hitting both of my favorites, Italian and Mexican. So that's going to be my meal prep tomorrow. Hopefully y'all enjoy that. And yeah, so I just finished up with my Weight Watchers meeting. That's going well. I think I've weighed in maybe 3 out of the 6 weeks that I have to establish my lifetime membership. So that is going good. It is so hard for me to get my butt up and get here, which normally the lady that teaches on Saturday, she like goes over the time. But there was somebody else teaching today, and like I literally walked in, had time to weigh in and sat down, and she was finishing up the class in like 5 minutes. So I didn't get very much of the class, which was fine. I do enjoy the classes. It is hard for me to make like a 7:45 a.m. meeting on a Saturday because I get up so early every day during the week. And so I do try to sleep in just a little bit on Saturdays. And then I'm always running behind because I always think that I have more time than I actually have. I told Charlie that's like one of my things. I think something's going to take me, you know, say 5 minutes, but it's going to take me 10 to 15. So yeah, poor time management on my part. Plus then I forgot my camera, then I forgot my phone. I kept having to run back in the house. So by the time I got here, it was like 8:05. But anyway, I still made it, and so that is the important thing. I don't intend on coming every Saturday. Obviously, once I make Lifetime, I think you have to come like once a month. I'll be so glad once that happens, and then I only have to get up one Saturday a month instead of every Saturday. So for my Saturday today, it is a gloomy Saturday. So for the rest of the day today, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I might go to Walmart before I go home. I really need to stock up on a couple of things. I did have a return to take to Target. I forgot that. So I may send Charlie to like return that. That's one of those things that I showed last weekend for the vases that I got to go beside the TV. I ended up going with the eucalyptus, and so I need to take back those 2 bunches of sticks, whatever you want to call that stuff, to Target. And yeah, so I'm just sitting in my car out here at Gold's Gym. I did bring my breakfast again today. Charlie actually made it and packed it up for me. So I'm gonna sit here and eat before I go. I actually really like this little filming spot here. I love to record in the car. A lot of people I've noticed record in their cars. You know why? Because you're up, you're out of the house, it's quiet. The only thing is there is a lot of like activity of people coming and going. I'm at Gold's Gym, so you know, people are coming in and out. I did kind of park far out, but 2 people have come out to their car that was parked on both sides of me. It's like, what are the chances? So anyway, I'm going to eat and I need to finish my grocery order. I may sit here and do that. On Friday nights, I usually will, you know, try to decide what it is I think that I'm going to want the next week. And I definitely wanted a Mexican meal, and I definitely wanted an Italian meal. I just need to double check my order and go ahead and get that placed this morning. I don't like to place it too late because then I don't usually end up getting like my favorite shopper to shop for me. I have thought about starting to shop for myself, but y'all, it is so convenient as much as we work and as much as I go just to have somebody else do it so that I can do other things with my time. So while they're shopping for me, I can be home like editing my video or, you know, running to Walmart or whatever. So anyway, that is the plan for the day. So I'm going to eat my breakfast and I will chat with you guys whenever I get home later, possibly, or tomorrow for meal prep. We'll see. Alrighty guys, good morning. Welcome back. We are ready to meal prep today. We are going to try to at least get one of the meals done before we go to Pilates. We have a Pilates at 11:30 again. And on the menu today is going to be basically a Mexican taco casserole. I think that I've made a version of this before. I think I'm changing the ingredients maybe a little bit from what the original recipe was. So hopefully it will be delicious just as it was the last time. And then I'm also going to make a pasta meal. This is going to be like a 1 skillet pasta with ground beef and cheese and everything. It's not WW friendly the way that I'm making it, but you can make it WW friendly with some substitutions. I am really more trying to go into maintenance and, you know, just really trying to maintain my weight where it's at. And yeah, so I'm gonna have the cheese, I'm gonna have the ground beef and all of that stuff, and let's just jump right into it because we don't have that much time to try to get this meal at least done before we go to Pilates. So for the Mexican casserole, I have a casserole dish here, and I'm just going to spray that with cooking spray, and then we are going to add in chicken, black beans, corn, rice, salsa, taco seasoning. I've diced up some bell pepper to add in there. I also have some diced green chilies, all of that good yummy stuff that's going to make it nice and spicy. With this dish, we are going to use some Mexican blend cheese as well. It's going to be yummy. The way I will eat this is going to be with my baked Tostitos that I love, that you can always get on Amazon. I always get the big box that has like 72 bags that literally last me forever. Yes, I do eat them after they go out of date until they are too stale to eat any longer. So let's just jump right into it. Alrighty guys, so I have my casserole dish. I have just sprayed it with the olive oil spray, and we are going to go in with 1 cup of jasmine rice. We're just going to put this on the bottom. The original recipe also calls for onion. Y'all know that we leave that out. So instead of onion, I have decided to substitute some diced bell pepper. And I'm just going to put that right on top. And then we are going to go right in with our chicken. So I have about 24 ounces of chicken diced up here. I have already put salt and pepper on it. Okay, so we're going to go in with some taco seasoning now. We're going to add about half of the pack, and then we will add the other half in a little bit once we put the rest of the ingredients in. And we're going to add about 3/4 of a cup of water. You still want to keep the rice on the bottom in this dish. We're not going to like mix it up fully. Okay, so I have 1 can of drained and rinsed black beans. We're going to add those right on top. And then you need 1 can of drained corn. You can just use regular whole kernel corn, or I have been liking this fire roasted corn, so I'm going to use a can of that. And then we're going to go in with some more taco seasoning right on top. Then we're going to go in with about 1 cup of shredded cheese. I'm going to use Mexican blend cheese. I have a little bit left in this bag, and then I have another bag as well. Okay, so I have my cheese in. Then you want to get a 16-ounce jar of salsa. Any salsa will do. We like this Mateo's. And we're gonna pour that right over the top. And then we are gonna give it a little bit of a mix, but again, you wanna keep the rice at the bottom of the pan. And you could add cilantro to this if you like. I'm not gonna add it. I love cilantro, but Charlie is not a huge fan, so I'm gonna leave that out. And we are going to just cover this with aluminum foil, and we are gonna cook it for about 45 minutes. And then we will add a little bit more cheese on top and then cook it for just a few more minutes, and that is it. So this is an extremely easy recipe to throw together, and it is delicious. Okay, so I have preheated my oven to 375. We are gonna cover it with aluminum foil and bake it for 45 minutes. Okay guys, I just got the casserole out of the oven. I'm ready to add another cup of cheese on top, and then we're gonna bake it for just a few more minutes until the cheese melts, and then this casserole will be done. And I'm gonna show you the finished casserole before we cut it up and plate it up, just because I personally don't think that they look that pretty once you cut them up and put them in the containers, but this is super easy to make and highly recommend. Here is the Mexican casserole fresh out of the oven. It is looking and smelling delicious. We will portion this out into the 6 containers so that it will be ready to go this week. Now let's move on to the 1-pot pasta meal. We are ready to get started on this basically 1-pot pasta meal. The only reason it's 2 is because you do need to boil your noodles separately, which I already have a pot of water going over there for that. Anyway, these are the ingredients that you're going to need. You're going to need 1 pound of ground beef. If you want to make this more point friendly, then I would use the 99% lean ground turkey. You're also going to need a box of pasta. Again, if you want to lower the points, you can use the Fiber Gourmet or any other kind of low point pasta that you can find. You can also probably use just the Barilla like high protein pasta. I don't think that really reduces the points, but it does give you more protein. You're going to need at least 2 bell peppers diced up. I think I have 3 here. The recipe also calls for onion. Instead, I just added an additional bell pepper. You're going to need a couple of tablespoons of tomato paste. I have 3/4 of a cup of chicken broth here, 1 cup of half and half. You're going to need about a cup of some kind of cheese. You can use cheddar or whatever. I have this Mexican blend cheese, so I'm just going to use that. And then you're going to need about 3 good handfuls of spinach. So, oh, and for the seasonings, I'm going to use a salt and pepper, of course, and then I have Italian seasoning, oregano, garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika here to season with. Again, if you don't like those or want to change it, feel free to change whatever seasonings, but this is really good. We're basically going to brine up the beef, put in the peppers, get it all nice and softened up, add in everything else. It's pretty easy, so let's get it done. Okay, so I just put my pasta in. I'm going to wait for it to start boiling again. I'm just going to cook it for like 7 minutes, and then I've got my ground beef going in here. I'm just going to brown this a little bit and then go ahead and add in the peppers, so that the peppers can definitely soften up enough. And then once I do that, then we will season everything up. Okay, so the ground beef is mostly brown. We are going to go ahead and add in these bell peppers because we want these to soften up really well. And then we're going to season up. And again, season to your heart. I always do. We like a lot of seasonings around here. And then after we season it, we're just going to let it cook until the peppers are softened and the ground beef is completely cooked through. So we're going to go with our salt and pepper, some garlic powder, some onion powder, paprika, Italian seasoning, and oregano. Smells good. Okay, we're just going to continue to cook this for a few more minutes, again, until the peppers are softened and the beef is cooked all the way through. Okay, we are back. The pasta finished. I just have it kind of setting to the side. I went ahead and drained it, and it is ready to add back in, but we do that kind of at the end. So this is looking really good. It's smelling delicious too. We're going to go in and do a couple of good sized tablespoons of the tomato paste. And I'm just going to mix that around, and then you can use white wine to add in here. I think that's what the original recipe calls for. But I'm just going to use chicken broth instead of the wine, even though I have some Pinot Grigio in the fridge that I could definitely use. But okay, and so I've got about 3/4 of a cup of chicken broth. We're going to go in with that. And then we have a 1 cup of half and half. You could use heavy cream if you wanted to. I just like to use the half and half. You could also probably use skim milk. That would also cut down on points as well. All right, I'm just gonna give it a good stir, and then we're gonna go in with our spinach. And we're just gonna do about 3 good sized handfuls. And I'm going to mix that in until that kind of wilts down a little bit, and we're going to add some cheese, and then we will be ready to add the pasta. Okay, we're going to go ahead and stir in about 1/2 cup of cheese, and then we will be adding another cup on top, another 1/2 cup on top. Alrighty, this is looking pretty good. We're going to go ahead and add in our pasta, which, like I said, I'd already drained and rinsed mine. It has just been sitting over here to the side, and we're just going to mix it well, get all the pasta blended in there. Top it with some more cheese, and then this meal will be done as well. Both of these are such easy meals to prep, and they're both so good. All right, so this is pretty much done. We're just going to go in with another 1/2 cup of cheese and let that melt, and this will be ready to plate up. I'm just going to pop the lid on, let the cheese melt, and then we'll plate it up. Alrighty guys, the pasta is done. I have my 6 glass containers out here. We are going to portion it out real quick, and then this meal prep will be wrapped up for the week. I have them all portioned out. Here is what it looks like. This is really delicious, really easy. Again, you can lower the points by making substitutions with the meat, the pasta, and the cheese and stuff as well. You can use the fat-free cheddar. But yeah, super excited to have these meals this week. Alrighty guys, that's going to wrap it up again for another Sunday meal prep. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Try these recipes. If you do, let me know what you think down in the comments below. We'll have the recipes listed in the description box for you. Again, if you haven't already, join my Facebook group. It is called Finding Our Way. There will be a link down in the description box for that, and follow me over on Instagram, and I will leave my Instagram handle here on the screen for you also. I love you guys. Thank y'all so much. I will see y'all in the next video.